All right, guys. So we've had a few people hit us up in the comments and the DMs asking about all of the crap that I have sitting in the background of these videos. So I'll give you the quick rundown of kind of future projects, what I'm working on, what I'm doing, things that we may or may not film in the future, and things like that. So this right here is my baby. It's my favorite vehicle that I own. I love my Jeeps to death, but this thing is my baby.
It's your most reliable vehicle, too.
It's really sad. Aside from the wife's daily. Like, that one doesn't count. But with all my crap, yeah, it's sad but true. This is old reliable. So, 1979 F250 Super Cab short bed two-wheel drive. It's a 460 cubic inch V8, which I did the math on is 7.5 liters, which is the biggest displacement in my driveway. And so we've got that. It's a C6 auto. It's every option you can get from the factory.
How rare is this truck?
Less than 100. Like, there's less than 100 of these made in 79. If you're a Ford guy and you know about the old Fords, I ran a Marty report on this. Got pretty in-depth with it, and it's definitely a rare and unique truck. So there's not really a price associated with me letting this thing go unless somebody just walked up and offered me the FU money, at which point it is for sale. But it's not really for sale. Everyone kind of has that one thing that they're just like, this is mine.
Where'd you pick it up from?
I got this out of Provo, Utah, like literally around the corner. And then after I bought it there, I kind of scoured the country looking for more of these things just to kind of get a base on the value and where you could find them. And this was the only one I could find. They don't pop up very often. And when they do, they're either haggard to death or somebody's restored it and they're asking a ton of money for me to be able to buy a Survivor. I'm not going to talk about what I paid for it, but let's just say I got a good deal. I picked up a Survivor with 69,000 original miles on it. To the best of my knowledge, only 2 owners, making me the 3rd owner. All the interior is original. The paint is original. There is very little rust on this thing. Somebody did kind of suck at driving a little bit and hit up some dents on the passenger side, but it is what it is.
That's what makes this truck unique.
No, I love it. It's a Survivor. I don't intend to paint it. I don't intend to do body work. It's just going to stay as is. The inside's original. I'll grab the keys. We'll go inside. We'll even start it up for you. But this thing, to me, is my favorite. Some of you will recognize this logo right here as a dude named Aaron Kaufman. I'm fortunate enough to be friends with Aaron, and we've got some cool things potentially in the works for this truck with some suspension stuff that he's coming out with. It's going to get a little lower, a little meaner, a little louder, but still keep that cool truck stance. I'm not going to slam it on the ground. It's not going to get airbags or any of that crap, but more than likely we'll get a Crown Vic front, a 4-link rear on some coilovers, and some really cool wheels that if you dig around on Aaron's page, you can find some pictures of. But for now, I'm happy just to drive it stock as is because this thing's just fun to me. So we'll go around it a little bit. It still has the factory. Somebody put a 5th wheel plate in this thing. I'm not going to take it out. It looks cool. I'll never use it. I'll tow with that thing if I need to. But so much character. The bumper has identical dents on both sides where somebody's backed into something, you know. Original stickers and all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, you can't do any better than this. So it's this thing, I just love it. As you can see, there's just a little bit of rust, but that's it. Everything else is surface rust and superficial. So we're gonna leave it at that. Before we go to the interior, I'll show you my favorite part about this truck. You gotta know how to open it. 79, 460, completely unmolested. Nobody has touched this truck. All of the wiring is intact. Nobody's hacked into anything. Everything is as it should be. The only thing that's not hooked up right now is the air conditioning, but the compressor is free. So I'm going to go through that system next summer. We're going to check it out. We're going to check for leaks. We're going to get it recharged, and we're going to have air conditioning in this truck. That's a factory option. As you can see, we still have all of our stickers. We have everything. So I love driving this thing. My wife and I love cruising around in this thing. I fully intend to kind of bring it back to original and make it just a little bit cooler. I've got a Holley 750 on the shelf for it. Right now we're all stock. When we go through and with what me and Aaron have kind of talked about, may do a few engine mods, nothing serious, not cracking into the motor, But just a few things that we can do to kind of get a little bit more power out of it. I've got a MagnaFlow muffler for it sitting on the shelf. We'll make it sound a little better, make it drive a little better. We'll just cruise it around. I don't intend to make this a heavy project. It's just something fun for me to enjoy.
No twin turbo LS?
Not yet. And if I did, I would honestly probably go to a Coyote. We have the ability to get a Coyote, I don't want to say at LS money, but close enough. You know, it'd be, I don't know, probably 10 grand to do a Coyote the right way into here. So who knows, maybe someday down the road it'll get a Coyote, and I like boost and positive pressure. So who knows, it may be a Coyote with some whirly boys hanging off of it. But for now, I'm happy to have this 4 mile per gallon 460 under the hood. But yeah, I'll go grab the keys and we'll show you the inside real quick. Also, unique, one of one from ArcLight keychain for this thing. I felt it was appropriate to have an old style leather keychain for this. But as you can see, the inside, all stock, all original, cracked dash and all. But that's the cool bit. The back seat, I'll flip the seat over here. Oops. Looks like it's never even been sat in. Like, it's perfect. I do need to get some new moldings. If anybody wants to send those to us, let me know. Hit me up in the DM. I could use some window moldings for a 79. But yeah, everything still works. Mexican blanket included. Probably one of the coolest features to me is my little Igloo center console here. One of my buddies sent this to me, and they're just pretty rad. Little Igloo, cool rest. Got it off eBay. They're ungodly expensive for what they are. But it's nice to have cup holders. So let's see. I haven't started this truck in a few days. Prior to that, it sat for like a month and a half while I was out of town. But, like, let's see. Every time. Sometimes she's a little pickier than others, but every time you smell how rich it got.
Oh yeah.
But you know, this has been just such a great truck for me. Get her warmed up. Nice and quiet, but I love this thing. Apparently it needs gas. Can't see shit, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna let this idle for a minute. It needs it. Haven't driven it in a little while. We drove it to the pumpkin patch with my daughter the other day, but that's about it. I don't want to get locked out. I only got one set of keys.